DFY content. Today we're going to be talking about the DFY local agency magazine template and why it is an absolute local networking powerhouse. All right, let's get started. Let's dive in. Content. Today I'm super excited to cover a new DFY local magazine template. And there's a number of things you can accomplish with this. For one, you're going to build your relationships with local business owners for yourself, for those local business owners, and then you're going to have a viral spread when you drop these things off, meaning this is a really cool addition to your donut drops if you want to print these off. You don't have to print these off, but you can, and then you can go forth and do some more powerful things. Now, I know what you're thinking as a digital agency owner. It may seem kind of strange to bring up something physical, but although magazines may not be seen around very often, that just makes it that much special when you drop one off, right? 10, 15 years ago, it may not have been a big deal, but now that maybe you may feel like those are starting to go away, that just makes it sticks out even more, right? So it's even more powerful. So two, it's going to give you a really cool reason to follow up with these people when they opt in. Meaning they're going to be revisions. You can come back and show them the first copy and something may be wrong. They may have a better idea of how something was typed out. Meaning you're going to have more than one conversation with these people. You could absolutely send them a free printed copy that they can be super proud of. And you can follow up with an offer for the services you actually have in your section of this magazine, which can be super cool. Third, this is basically a digital business card / portfolio that you can also have on your website. So you're offering to do something free for local business owners. And their section actually isn't going to take a ton of work. I'm going to show you, let me pull this thing up. I'm going to actually show you how I make them do the work, right? So, what does that mean? So here is and we'll get back to that. So how this works. So here's the cover, your name here. This is where your local feature goes. And by the way, we're going to go over the magazine and then I'm going to go back and show you how to leverage that, okay? So agency name, frame for your local feature. This is for your section, okay? In your section, not only are you spreading the word about a really awesome local business owner, building a relationship with them, and then other people are going to see this and want to get in on it, you're going to have a section for yourself where you can teach local business owners something when they flip through this thing. So they're going to see something they're really going to want to be a part of, and then they're going to learn something from you. Okay? So after the cover, of course, we have a table of contents. And by the way, when you get this magazine, I already have the agency stuff typed out. For this magazine, all you really need to do is the local spotlight. And again, I'm going to show you how they fill that out for you. Okay? And their section is a few pictures, meet owner's name here, and then you're going to copy paste a paragraph about them. And by the way, they are going to fill this out in a really interesting way. And then you can add their website and their phone number. By the way, if you offer to do this for someone and you say, hey, can I get a website and a phone number or an email where potential clients can get a hold of you? What do you think pops in their head when you say that? Oh, well, I could definitely get a few clients from this thing that is free, right? So you're putting something out for free that they're going to know first and foremost that they're probably going to bring in clients with this thing. Also, might I add, when you do this for them, if you're going to print these off, have these printed off through Canva or a local a local print shop. If you're going to do that, let them know that you're going to be dropping off copies at other local businesses. Now, for them, that's going to be putting a foot in the door for them, gaining them potential clients, which are business owners or the clients coming through the door, reading magazines in the waiting room. But also, the business owners are going to pick this up and see what you've done, and they're going to want in on it, which is really cool. And then after they fill out the form, all you do is you copy and paste their answers to these questions. We ask the same 4 questions every time, okay? Copy and paste their answers. And something I really like to do, by the way, is I'll come back and add something, okay? Let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to show you a glimpse of one I'm actually using. Okay, here's mine. So, here's some pictures of these really awesome local business owners. The cool thing is they really do end up being really amazing people that you get to meet and talk to. I think that's my favorite part of being an agency owner, and I hope it's yours too. So, when they fill out this form, I copy and paste their answers. And then I really like to come back and respond as if it's a conversation. So within 5-15 minutes, we have portrayed, which sounds bad, but it's really not. We are putting out, this looks like we sat down and had a Q&A in person, right? Because we got their answers. We come through and kind of leave really thoughtful responses to their answers, right? That's amazing. I can tell you and your husband really love what you do, things like that. So it sounds like we're sitting down and having a conversation. This thing that took 10 to 15 minutes seems like it took a ton of effort. And we're going to get into that. So also, another cool thing about this magazine, the agency stuff has already been typed out. It's already done. Let's get back to the table of contents before I get too carried away. So in this magazine, you're going to cover how to leverage your Facebook page, how to build authority with YouTube, how to use Instagram to grow a local audience, and then a section about yourself. So you got all this already done for you. And there are frames where you can include your own face, your own branding. You can change these colors, the font, things of that nature. I wouldn't go too far into this and change too much stuff, but the images, the frames, the branding, I would leave all this stuff just how it is so that you can do this fast. So, about the author. This is where you finally get to talk about your business and your flagship product. And again, it's kind of like a Q&A for you too. If you're using social rotation or any kind of software for post scheduling, what I have in here already for my business is post scheduling. So if you schedule posts for local business owners, this is practically already done for you too. And all you really have to do is go back and change some images and your story. Now this page, it'd be really powerful if you can go and tell your story and what got you into this. If you notice, that's one of the questions I have my potential clients answer to. So let's get into how we have them answer that section for us. Okay? So on my website, let's go back here. So here's the magazine. This is the first monthly magazine. I'm about to fill out the second monthly magazine. And if you guys are interested in buying I hate to say stuff like that. If you're interested in grabbing the second copy, let me know and I'll create that template too so that I may release one every single month so you never have to spend a ton of time putting these out. And all you have to do is copy paste your local spotlights. So When they get on my website, they have a section here. Click here to sign up for our local spotlight feature. And the link in that button is also how I posted this on my Facebook page. And I'm going to show you this real quick, and I'm going to show you how to build it. This is how they do the work for us. So in your Google Drive, we're going to go over how to build this Q&A for the local spotlight feature. We have name your local business, your name and position, tell us about your amazing local business, and then we're in 4 questions. These are really 4 powerful questions, okay? These are actually the 4 video topics and post topics that I suggest my clients cover. So these are really powerful questions. What inspired you to do this amazing thing that you do? Question 2, so what does a day in the life of your title here consist of? Question 3, tell me about your flagship service and why you're so passionate about it. Question 4, is there a local charity or cause you're super passionate about it? And these last 2 are really important. Give us the name of your website where potential clients can find you on social media, the best way for them to contact you. That is actually really important, but also you're sending a very clear message to say, hey, where do I send people that are going to read this and be really interested in paying you for your services? And more likely that is going to happen. They are going to get a few clients out of this. But you're setting the stage immediately that, hey, when people read this and they're interested in what you do, how can I send them your way, right? And then you're going to want their email so you can get back to them about revisions and stuff like that. And I wouldn't spam that email. I don't know if I'd send that email to your email list where you'd want to eventually sell them anything. I'd do that further along in the process. But this is a really cool way for you to send them more value, as in reach back later on, do something else for them, offer them their service once you build on that relationship for a little bit. Never just go straight to the spam. And when they submit this, when you go back into this, you're going to see the questions. So how do I build this? Here's my drive. So new, Google Forms, okay, from a template. No, let's do blank form. Okay. So, this is going to be the name of your magazine. Okay. NEA Locals. NEA Local. Q and A. We're going to change it from a multiple choice to paragraph. Okay. And this is going to go a lot easier than you think it is. So first we got, what is the name of your amazing local business? By the way, I do something like that every chance I get, and it's awesome. So we're going to duplicate it, and you're going to do that every time. Your name and position. Duplicate. And you're going to go through it again and again until you're finished. And now, this little paint thing right here, customize theme. Okay? Choose image. This is how I build this out. Did you guys see what I had earlier? Let's pull that. Okay, I'm just going to do it again. So your NEA local form, the little banner that went across. By the way, you can watch this again and again and take notes, whatever you need to. The size of this is 1640 301. You want to keep this really simple. I have my logo in the magazine. Okay, so you're going to download that. Click here. Choose image. Upload. Drag it over. Done. Do a little more branding. Bam, white. You want to go up here, don't leave anything yet. Any local Q&A. Bam. So, and once you fill this out, once they do all of these, you can go back and find their answers right here where there's responses. So when you pull this out in your drive, you can go back in and you'll get an email every time. So when you get in your responses and you see their responses, that was kind of repetitive. All you have to do is copy and paste for their info and stuff and their story. By the way, if their story is too short, do not be afraid to go back and say, hey, you can say more. You can add more, because more than likely they're going to be really happy to add more, right? If they didn't add a whole lot for you, chances are they're trying to be, modest. They don't want to give you a whole lot to type out. They don't understand that it's going to take you 2 seconds to copy and paste that. So don't be afraid to go back and say, hey, by the way, there's a ton of room if you want to add more to your story. So when you go in and you can Q1, copy. And when you go to your magazine, their answer here, copy paste. Go back, their answer for this question, copy paste. That takes maybe 5 minutes, okay? And then you go in here. If they can't provide really nice pictures for their business, more than likely, and by the way, I don't say that in a way to down local business owners. Man, they're really, really busy people. So if you can save them a little headache and go on their Facebook page and grab some really cool pictures, go ahead and do that. Keep in mind, local business owners put in a ton of work. And usually by the time they get home, they don't want to mess with this stuff. So if you can get on their Facebook page and grab some really good pictures, you can throw them here. Their name, a list of titles. By the way, a really cool thing, really interesting thing that I did for my first one that went really well, by the way. Actually, the first time I posted this on Facebook, I have the next 5 months scheduled. I have someone for the next 5 months, not one person, but for the month of May, June, July, August, September, those are all filled. Those answers are already filled out. So I have the next 5 months to figure out what I need to add to these magazines. Local Spotlight's already done. So, but one thing that really powered this is okay, that sounds kind of silly, but meet so-and-so, okay? Don't just advertise their business. If you can advertise their business as a person, as in someone within the business, so they can get to know whoever's running it, even if it's a really awesome employee that decided to, join and their boss or business owner was totally cool with it, meet so-and-so here, and then their title, and then they can tell their story about who they work for and how awesome they are. Definitely introduce the owner or the awesome employee or the secretary, because you can do some really cool things that way, and it's way more personal, right? Because people spend money with people. So definitely do that. I'm kind of beating a dead horse, but it's really, really important that you're introducing a person or the really awesome business owner. So something else I didn't cover. So back to the form that they're going to fill out. Something else that is really powerful about this, when you fill out the form, and let me pull up my website again. By the way, if you're still here with me today, you're awesome. I so appreciate you watching me go through this mess. There's something I've been really excited about. So, any locals, something else, and I hope you're still with me, because this is huge. Do you understand? This is huge. Okay. Do not just post a link to your form. Okay? Trust me, do not just send a link to this form. Get the form on your website along with last month's issue somewhere. See, this is where I load every issue. This is the first issue. Here pretty soon I'll be doing June. June is the next copy. I'll be filling that out within the week. So they're going to see, what am I getting at? Okay. Share. You need to share the web page that has this form at the bottom. That way you're sending traffic to your website. Do you understand? It's really interesting how many ways you can leverage this thing. It's unreal. Because not only that, you're offering to do something for free. You're building business relationships locally. You're building business relationships for these awesome people for free, which doesn't take a ton of time. And then you're also getting to send them to your website. And on their way to this form, they're going to be seeing all the magazines you've done prior to that, and all they have to do is click on it and read through it, right? So get this form on your website. That is so huge. Get the form on your website, and when someone needs the form, copy and paste the link to that page. So then when people click the link to opt in, they're going to land on your website. Okay? They click on it. They're here to fill this out. Okay, these are previous magazines. That's the form. That's cool. Oh, what's all this stuff? DFY content. Oh, that's cool. Right? That's exactly what's going to happen, man. And it's just so huge because now you're getting traffic in your website. And then, oh, he's got a podcast. It's not very up to date because he's been super busy. But you see what I mean here. There's a ton of ways you can leverage these things if you do it the right way. All right, guys, I think I'm done. I think I'm done talking you guys in circles. If anyone has any question about this template, or if you'd like some information how you could build one yourself, if you'd rather spend the time building this thing, absolutely get with me and talk to me about it. All right, that's all I got today. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I hope this video helps out a ton. Thanks again.